Every day in America, young people are bullied. The numbers have steadily increased in the last 10 years alone. Advancement in technology has made access to social media so easy that the way that kids are bullied seems to change every day.
Bullying is physically or emotionally putting someone down, hurting their feelings, and it could be over a period of time, and it just makes them feel worthless.
A bully is somebody that mistreats others repeatedly.
A bully is somebody that makes fun of another person for being different, for looking different, acting differently, having different interests, physically being different.
I think bullying can be putting others down to make yourself feel better.
By putting other people down, it doesn't make you feel any better.
They just poke fun at that person over and over again, making them mad, making them sad.
And sometimes bullying can happen unintentionally, like what could be a harmless joke to some may be very harmful to others, because you never know how someone might react to someone's actions.
People should think before they say things, because you're right, they never know how someone is going to feel about something they say.
I think insecurity is just a huge reason that people decide to bully others.
I would say that the people that are doing that to you are doing it because they get some sort of sick, rush from it and feel powerful and see, let's say there's a girl with body issues and she sees someone who's too skinny or too overweight or whatever, then she'll target that person because she goes home with body issues herself. And that's just one little example of, I think, what bullies do is find their insecurities in other people.
I think people bully because they just want to make themselves feel better. That the easiest way and the simplest way to bring themselves up is to bring somebody down.
When I was in elementary school, I think that I would categorize myself as a bully.
Scene Echo, take one.
And I was in this certain group of girls where we felt like we were just higher and better than everybody else because of certain things that we had. And because a lot of people didn't stand up to us and they just let us do whatever we felt like doing and whatever we felt like saying to them, it made us feel cool and great.
It's based on their own insecurities. Everything they say is just about them, what they're jealous about, what they don't have.
Cindy, take one.
I was in 8th grade. She shoved me up against the locker and she had me by the throat. She wanted to know that I should be scared of her, that she owns me, and I was paralyzed with fear. I tried to forget about it for the past couple of years, but it's always been there. It's always going to haunt me.
I have heart issues and they would constantly talk about how I have a bad heart, how the doctors put an evil heart inside of me. Because when they would poke fun at me, I would get mad about it. Then they're just saying, oh yeah, you have an evil heart inside of you, that's why you're getting so mad about us making fun of you.
I would go home every day just crying and wanting nothing more than to just leave that school and never talk to them again, but every day I'd have to go to school.
I was called faggot, different gay slurs.
I would read what people were saying about me online and in chat rooms, and it would be Lonnie's a lessie, a dyke, a faggot, fag. She looks like a guy,
They thought, you're a dyke, you should die. I would be like, what makes you think I don't already feel like that? What makes you think I already don't want to die? You're telling me I should die, well, I already feel like that. And I would go through nights just crying and just wishing I could be like everybody else. Wishing I could be normal and feel normal and feel like I was straight just so that people would leave me alone. Because I didn't do anything to them.
I looked different and I didn't always fit in, but I never thought that it would be something that people made fun of me about.
I feel very hurt inside. I feel like there's just this lump in my throat and I just can't get out of it. I feel like I'm just trapped by what everyone says about me, and I feel like it just defines my future.
That all sent me to a really dark place and made me just feel so terrible and made me feel unsafe.
So it just makes you feel really bad on the inside, a lot of anger, a lot of sadness. and it can carry on for a long time. That anger and sadness can, follow you for a very long time.
He called me a word that referred to my skin color. I was very hurt and I cried for days, and I was afraid to tell someone because I didn't want to be known as the school rat.
I was not necessarily a bully. I would take out that anger that I was getting from being bullied on other people, and that still wasn't right. It was the wrong thing to do at that time, but I did do it. I apologize for doing that. I don't know the kid any longer, so I can't really apologize to his face.
And I think the reason why it hurt so badly was because the people that I thought had been my friends were the people that had been bullying me the most.
I actually lost all my friends at the start of high school. So when you're going into high school and you don't have any friends, it's already it's not easy.
The people who I the whole time thought were my friends just completely betrayed me, and it was actually the most horrible abuse, I guess, came from my best friend's boyfriend at the time.
My friend Katie was one of my best friends. She was one of the genuinely most beautiful people I've ever met, both inside and out. We met in 7th grade, and gradually as we became closer, she opened up to me about her depression. And then when we became even closer, she told me about the bullying. She was getting anonymous messages over the internet saying things like, "You're fat, you're ugly, you're not worth it." The one that got to her the most was when they told her to kill herself. She tried. In the time I had known her, she had already tried to commit suicide multiple times. On September 6, 2012, she succeeded.
Beginning of 8th grade, I had a group of people who I guess in retrospect I thought were my friends who did some pretty awful things to other people that I fully witnessed. And I, for whatever reason, felt, whether I was too insecure, didn't feel like my voice was powerful enough, did not do what I could to stop it.
If you see something happening, or you know something is happening, or you're being bullied, speaking up can honestly do so much.
Sometimes if you stand up to them, they'll stop, and sometimes they won't. When I was bullying, when someone finally stood up to me, I stopped. I was like, whoa, and that really hit me, and I stopped. But it doesn't always work. So when it doesn't, you need to get adults involved, definitely. I would really try to get in their head how serious bullying is, because a lot of kids don't realize how serious bullying is. Even when they see things in the news where kids are committing suicide, sometimes that's not even enough for them to really realize how serious it is.
I really don't want to see someone else going through what I had to go through.
If your friends bring you down, they're not your friends and they're not worth your time. And you only surround yourself with people that make you feel the best you can be.
A lot of kids do not think about how strong words are. I used to not think about it either. But words are very powerful and they get to people.
I'm much more sensitive to people's feelings now. I always have my phone on me because I promise my friends that I'm always there for you if you need me, call me anytime. If I don't pick up, then leave a message as long as you need.
I'm out at school, and now when I hear comments, because I accept who I am, it does not affect me. So I can hear a comment and be like, I'm sorry you feel that way, and I don't care what they have to say because I love who I am. Being gay is only one part of yourself. It does not define you.
when I really realized that I was hurting people was actually when I was about to go into high school. And a lot of people were writing things to me like, you really hurt me in elementary school, and like all these things that I don't even remember doing. And it really made me feel horrible about myself and really look back and just kind of say to myself, like, how could I do those things? How could I say those things?
We end bullying by getting people to accept who other people are, by making people understand that people are going to be different, not everybody is the same, and that we need to embrace these differences among people.
I think everyone, like all the adults, they should really reach out and show that these kids that they're there for them and that they can openly and understand, what they're going through and talk to them about it.
Like everyone needs to take action, even though if you're not necessarily involved in the situation. But if you're just standing by the side, you shouldn't just watch it happen and let it take its course. Everyone needs to help because sometimes it's going to need that much support.
You can end bullying by not being a bystander. When you're in the halls of school or just even in public and you hear someone call someone a name, don't ignore it and just walk away. When I can imagine you walking by someone calling someone a name to another person, and in your mind you're feeling bad, but you should step up for that person.
When we are able to stand up and fight for what we believe in, change happens. And I know with bullying, and in the case where I've seen it, people will say, well, why bother helping somebody, I don't want to be bullied just because I'm helping that person, and I don't want to deal with that person's problem. I'm not being bullied. But just by simply saying something, or just being there for the person that's been bullied, it can do so much.
People are like, oh, kids will be kids, but no.
It shouldn't be normal
Doesn't make it okay.
for anyone to go through being bullied.
There are approximately 28 million teens in the United States. Many of us have experienced bullying, but have kept silent about it. By sharing these experiences and stories, we hope you'll be an upstander and be less inclined to hurt others or be hurt. If you think that you may harm yourself or others, please confide in a trusted adult or contact Teen Line.
It's true, and we smile even when there's nothing to see. Patiently waiting, never once taking away hope from those who believe.